Hey, what's up, guys? I got another story here today, and this story is going to be a camping story. This camping story is over in Myrtle Lake, over in the Wenatchee National Forest. And in this story, my dad actually got drunk in it, and my uncle was there with my cousin and my brother and my stepmom. I was 16 at the time, and I was very and I had to be the man of the hour during that night. We were this place is actually pretty secluded. You actually have to hike 6 hours into the mountain to get to this lake. It's called Myrtle Lake. It's like a small lake off of a little river, and just basically just camp there for the night, hang out, have a good time, cook some food, fish because there's a lake there. You can fish with your fishing rods, so you can bring your fishing rods. So we're hiking with hiking gear. We have like 50 pounds of equipment on our backs with hiking with backpacks and all the essential things that we need to get into to basically just settle for the night and then hike again because we were hiking again up into the mountains even further, which is called Cow Creek Meadows. And this is around like in summertime, and surprisingly there's still snow up in Cow Creek Meadows during the summertime. Anyways, my dad one night we finally get to Myrtle Lake, and we finally settled down at the lake. And these guys, we had actually camping neighbors, and these camping neighbors come by and they bring alcohol. And this is like towards the end of the night. We have already set up camp, everything's set up, and we have like a nice campfire. And the neighbors bring like alcohol, mixed liquor, and everything. And they're like, "Hey, do you want to drink with us?" And my uncle's like, "No, I don't want to drink." He had like some health issues, and he just wanted to like sleep for tomorrow and just like kind of like settle down, and just like because he was tired from the hike. So he just went to bed early. My dad was like, on the other hand, he was like, hell yeah, let's drink. And he gets the mixed alcohol. And my stepmom didn't really agree with it because my uncle had some health issues. And my dad was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, whatever, like just basically just drink. Kind of messed up on my dad's part, but we all make mistakes. We're all human. He starts mixing alcohol. He starts drinking more alcohol. At this point, he is pretty much almost like super wasted. Like he can't even hold a conversation with you at this point. And he picks up the camera somehow, and he kind of waddles over to the tree, and he starts videoing. And I see him hold the video camera, and then he finally gets the tree, and he's like, and then kind of waddled slowly down the tree, holding the camera while recording. and he's like, and he's just completely wasted, and he's like, oh, bleh, bleh. And then he kind of lumps over just because he passed out because he drank so much liquor at this point. The camping neighbors that were drinking liquor with us kind of got a little bit too drunk as well, so they went back their tents, and they passed out in their tents. Like they knew their limits at that point. In this case, my uncle's asleep. My stepmom is kind of awake, kind of asleep. She's not really there to like assist with my like. She's like she wanted to like not do anything with my dad at that point. And me and my cousins and my brother were all looking at my dad, and we're like, oh, look at him, he's drunk. We grabbed the camera, and I'm like, I look at the video. It's just like him just slowly going down the tree with the camera in his hand. Now there was another thing that the campers also brought those neighbor campers. They brought a bag of fish because at Myrtle Lake there's a fishing area, and you can catch a lot of fish. And so they apparently caught a bunch of fish at Myrtle Lake, and maybe we've only caught like maybe like two or three fish. I think it was like river trout, like small river trout. And we had it for dinner that night, but we had so much that we couldn't even finish it. So now my dad is drunk on the tree. He is wasted at this point. So we had a lot of fish that we didn't know what to do with because we were like 8 hours away from civilization in the middle of the forest, and there was no ice chests or anything like that to store the fish whatsoever. Our campers, on the other hand, didn't want to do with anything with the fish. They just kind of left it because they were drunk and they forgot about the fish at this point. We can't like just return the fish to the neighbors because we don't actually know where their campsite is. We just know that they came over and then dropped off some fish because they didn't want it, so they just left us with the fish. And and when the one thing in the middle of the woods, we don't want to attract any bears, and bears is up there in mountain country, and you don't want to attract them. So we're like, well, shit, we have a bunch of fish in front of us. So me and my cousin and my brother, we all start hiking with the bag of fish. We make sure we like enclosed this fish, we wrapped it up, made sure we didn't like have any holes in the bag, and we just closed up the fish bag, and we started hiking about a half mile around the lake, trying to find like somewhere to like drop off the fish, because we didn't want to attract the fish to the main campsite, and of where bears might just show up out of nowhere, eat our whole campsite, maybe just like trash our tent coming in the middle of the night and destroy us. And because I didn't want any of that. So I'm here, 60-year-old me, just hiking in the middle of the woods with our little puny flashlights with my cousin and my brother. We finally get to this log peering off of the lake, and we just drop the fish tightly sealed, and we're like, all right, we got rid of the fish. Next thing you know, we come back, and my dad is still kind of passed out on the tree, but we had to wake him up. So, and my stepmom is looking at him. My stepmom just like kind of waddles him back to the tent, and then he's trying to pee in the tent, and my stepmom starts freaking out, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Stop trying to! This is not the bathroom." And it's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take a piss right here," and then I was like, "No, no, 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 no!" And then she like kind of yanks my dad out of the tent, and luckily he didn't pee into the tent, but he's pretty much wasted at this point, so I think he pissed out outside of the tent. I gotta talk to my stepmom and probably my dad about that, because I don't remember exactly what happened, but my stepmom remembers it clearly what was happening in that tent. And we were okay. We never saw those campers because they probably just woke up in the morning somehow and they just basically walked off. And after that, we didn't see any bears or anything like that, so we didn't get like destroyed by the bears. We didn't get like demolished, like our campsite didn't get trashed by bears or anything like that. And next thing you know, we headed up to Cow Creek Meadows. It was too snowy because there was snow up there, and then we headed back because there was too much snow up in Cow Creek Meadows. And then we just started hiking back towards back to civilization. Another 6 hours back to civilization. Well, not 6 hours to civilization, but to our cars, because then we had to drive another 2 more hours to get back to civilization. So it was like 8 hours away from civilization, and it was a good hiking trip. My dad he had a hangover from the whole experience. My uncle was not really happy with my dad because he got drunk and he had health issues, and my stepmom wasn't really happy because my dad was drunk. So yeah, and I was 16, and my cousins kind of had a good time. We all like kind of hanged out at that point, and it was pretty fun, even though my dad got drunk from the whole experience. But yeah, so that's the camping. That's my camping experience over Myrtle Lake. One of them, more of them were actually much more nicer and not more and a lot more in terms of my dad not getting drunk. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this. Listen to me and listen to my stories. And I'll see you guys in another video.